welcome back to Midday. We are at the Noble Pig this afternoon. New Year's is just a few days away, and so we thought we'd come down here and check out some of the fabulous appetizers and the holiday beer that is so delicious. Bryce Herman, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's always a great reason to come down.
Isn't it?
You know, it's holiday season, beer, food. Doesn't get a lot better.
It doesn't get better. And what a spread they put on for us today.
They have.
Megan Summers, General Manager. It's good to see you.
Good to see you again.
And Executive Chef Jared Summers. Bit of a family affair we're dealing with today. We've got Bryce, his daughter Megan, and her husband Jared. I'm sort of the outsider, but today I'm on the inside.
Yeah, you're family
good.
today.
Family now.
Family today.
Today you're family.
Anyways, thank you for having us here. We're super excited to try out some of these lovely appetizers as well as the beer. So where do you guys want to start?
Why don't you go ahead?
Sounds good. Beers.
Let's do it.
After the holiday season, everyone is starting to do the more sort of get-togethers and the mixing and mingling. And going into the New Year's, we've got a couple of really special beers that we have. The first one that you've got in front of you is actually the gingerbread beer. It's one of my personal favorites. It's lighter in alcohol content, but full-bodied in flavor. So it's a true gingerbread beer. We sat around the table and brainstormed one day and said, why don't we do a beer that's not a gingerbread cookie, but a gingerbread beer? And that's what this is.
Let's give this a try and see if we can taste
I
the
just think
ginger.
it's going to be tough to build a house out of it.
You're darn right it is.
I
We
think
might
it
as well
is,
just
but
drink it then.
we might as well
It only
drink.
makes sense. You know what? I like it better than gingerbread houses.
I do too. You don't have to play around with all those little gummy bears and stuff.
That's
Much
right.
better.
It's got a definite ginger zing to it, but it's not too heavy.
No,
So you can
super light.
drink it and
It's
not
very
feel
nice.
like you're getting tired of it.
And then when you want to kick it up a notch, we're going to go into the next one. This is the Christmas Ale. So this is our signature holiday beer. This one, I warn everyone, packs a little bit of a punch. It's actually a 9% alcohol beer. It's a triple Belgium, really classic style beer. The yeast comes from Belgium itself, and it's a very, very traditional triple Belgium beer.
What does
Perfect.
triple Belgium mean?
It's the style of beer in the sense that it's the brewing process and the fermentation process in which it goes through. So it kind of goes through almost 2 fermentations. It's pretty cool.
All
Is
right.
this fairly hoppy?
No, actually, it's
So this
really
one-
low.
This one is low in hops.
And if you notice, it's a little bit cloudier, and that's the yeast in it. And so what
okay.
happens is the Belgian yeast suspends inside the beer, and it keeps it a little bit cloudier, but that yeast is a little bit sweeter. I find it sweeter, personally. And so what happens is it gives you that sweet, smooth flavor.
So you just don't filter quite as aggressively on it?
We
then?
actually only filter 1 to 2 beers in this building. Everything else is
Oh, it's
non-filtered.
Is that
unfiltered.
right?
Unfiltered, yeah.
Okay. That's
Okay,
really
let me give
good
this
to
a
know
taste.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, cheers. I'm going to taste this
Cheers.
one too.
I have to say this is my personal favorite. I love it. Maybe it's
Oh,
because
That's definitely
it
gonna
tastes like Christmas.
That's definitely sweeter. There's no doubt. Like I really taste that. It's almost
Mm-hmm.
like a real honey sweetness to it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you can pick up on that. So yeah, definitely low in hops, and of course it's important for people to know too that the hops are really what give beer its bitterness. So if you're somebody who likes a smoother beer, I have to say this one definitely would be a great hit.
Crowd pleaser right here.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Can I just say this is such a cozy environment at Christmas and at New Year's, right? It's kind of dark and intimate but fun. Have you guys been busy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for Kamloops for being so supportive.
It's not hard to be supportive because this is a fun place to come, right? And of course at Christmas and New Year's that's not going to be any different. In fact, it's even a better excuse to get together with your friends and come down and celebrate. We're going to put you on the spot now, Jared. We've got some beautiful appetizers here. A few things that I haven't tried before. I know that this is a pub favorite here. What's this one?
That's the bacon caramel corn. And so we've kind
Bacon.
of selected, bacon is kind of our thing.
Yeah.
Hence the Noble Pig. So we throw it in a lot of stuff. So we've kind of done a selection here that's going to be good kind of share snack food that you can come down to the pub and have, or if you're having to get together at your house around New Year's or around the holidays anytime, these are some good ideas for things that you can do that are easy to put together, good crowd pleasers, good kind of snacking. So the bacon caramel corn is a kind of a holiday favorite. Well, caramel corn in general, we amp it up by putting bacon in it, so it's really salty and sweet, good kind of beer accompaniment.
I think you,
You were
should
just
try
going to
some.
reach. I know you were going to
Just going for it.
But I appreciate you passing it. Look at the size of that clump.
I know. I was going to help myself first, but then I thought I better not. So I'll have
Yeah.
a little nibble.
Okay.
When would you add the bacon to this? At the end or the beginning?
We add it while we're making the caramel, about kind of towards the
the-
start, yeah.
Delicious. There's something about salty and sweet. That's
Yeah.
why, right? It's a popular mixture.
And it's really good with the Christmas ale, actually. It's a really good combo, the two together.
And I better have a sip of the Christmas ale at the same time.
Get the full experience. So we've also got, we call this the Brewmaster's Wife. We've got the Brewmaster plate and the Brewmaster's Wife, and they're both kind of share snack plates. So the wife, as we call it, is a roasted butternut squash hummus and a tomato fondue, which is kind of like a chutney. It's a nice salty dip. And we just got some fresh vegetables and some grilled naan bread. The squash comes from our friends at a couple local farms in Kamloops, at Thistle Farm and at Sun River Organics. And then we make it just like a traditional hummus with chickpeas and roasted garlic. We actually throw some jalapenos in there for a little bit of zing, and it's got that cumin-y flavor. But once again, you get the creaminess and the sweetness off of the squash.
And the pumpkin seeds add something different.
Yeah. So we take the seeds out, dry them, roast them, and throw them in a little bit of spice, so there's a little bit of crunch and texture there.
Yum, delicious. Jared, tell me about the Brewmaster's plate.
Well, this is a really good share plate that we do, and we do a lot of really unique things on here, hopefully kind of interesting to people. So we do a kind of a country terrine. This is a really rustic pate with cranberries and pistachios. It's made of pork and then wrapped in bacon, naturally. And we've got some nice cheese here. This is a brie from Little Qualicum Cheese Works on the island. We make our own sourdough in-house. This is an olive sourdough. We've got some dried fruits, some little gherkins. We do a mustard pickle as well, and we've got some fruit ketchup over here. So it's kind of a spicy, sweet fruit ketchup.
Delicious, a good sharesy plate. And of course, you guys are very well known for your signature deep fried pickles, right?
Yes.
A lot of people, by chance, seem to be serving deep fried pickles now on their menus. I noticed that, but the first place I ever tried them was here several years ago when you opened. But this is sort of a different take on it. These are yams?
Yeah, these are our yam wedges. So another
Yam
kind of
wedges.
popular thing is yam fries right now. And we've kind of taken a different route and done a bit of a healthier option. We're Scratch Kitchen, so instead of experimenting with trying to deep fry these, we cut wedges and then roast them at a high temperature. We serve them with a spicy mayonnaise, which is spiced up with sriracha. So you get a nice kind of spiciness from that.
Here you go, Bryce.
You're going to pass those to me?
I
being
think
very
it's
generous today.
polite
This
to
is-
pass
this
them
is-
over
did
first.
you see how well she's treating me? It's
wanna
got to
try?
be the holiday season.
It has to be the holidays, right?
This is wonderful.
It's a Christmas beer.
I'm going to
It is.
refrain from the dip because I know
Really?
it's spicy. Well, I want to be able to still talk after. Is it?
Oh,
is
it's,
it super
well, I'm
spicy?
going to find out.
Okay, a small
This
one.
is really
I'll
good
try a little
too
bit.
when you're trying to eat healthy after the holidays. This is my go-to snack in this building.
Really?
Really.
Yeah, aside from the mayonnaise,
that's
there's very
what's-
little fat
There's very little
incorporated in
fat.
these, so
It's
they're quite
super healthy for you.
Really?
Really.
Well, because these are baked.
Right, right.
So the nice thing about this, and what's the secret to making them crisp?
A little bit of a cornstarch slurry on
Really?
the outside. Yeah, we experimented and they hold quite a bit of moisture. So after we season them, we make a slurry, add cornstarch, a little bit of water to make a bit of a paste. Then you just lightly toss them in there, and that helps encapsulate them and gives them nice crisp outside.
And then just pop them into a
Nice hot
High.
oven for 425,
Right.
15, maybe 20 minutes, depends on how big they are. You can eat them right away or hold them and reheat them. They're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's important. I mean, making them at home, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that try to make yam fries or yam wedges or whatever. And at the end of the day, they get them and they're just stuck to the pan, they're soft,
Yes.
and at the end of the day, you're really going, these aren't going to work.
Yeah.
If you want to do these for New Year's, there's your little secret.
Yeah, invest in some parchment paper. It'll
Parchment.
save your life on
Yeah.
more than one occasion.
Absolutely.
I didn't invest in parchment paper the other day, and I used the Cut Right wax paper. It's a no-no. I'm telling you right now, this is news you can use. I ended up getting my smoke alarms going. Yeah, that was during making gingerbread cookies. So now I realize parchment paper is different from wax paper. Don't use
just
wax paper.
Slightly different.
Ever.
Holiday lesson 101.
It totally is.
Yeah, that's not even good for a
Anyways.
temperature of about 170 degrees, and you're in
Yeah.
trouble. So
It was a smoky afternoon at my
I
house.
would imagine. Yes.
Anyways, I want to say thank you for bringing us down here today, letting us try some of your lovely appetizers. I have to ask you for New Year's Eve, what are the plans here?
Spike Pig Dinner. It's actually one of our dinner series that we do throughout the year. We do about 8 of them. And the Spike Pig Dinner series is a chance for Jared to get really creative in the kitchen. Because we're a scratch kitchen, they basically get the right to do whatever they want. We try and work with local farmers, local purveyors, and create a really unique dining experience. So on New Year's, we're doing 60 people for dinner. It's actually all sold out.
Okay.
So it sold out quite fast this year, but we will be doing other ones in the future. So it'll be a fun night, lots of fun beer pairings and great food.
Fantastic, you
And,
guys.
and for all of you, don't feel bad. I'm not even on the guest list. I didn't get a ticket.
Really? And you're the
No,
dad?
and I'm the dad, and I
You're
didn't
going to
get
make
a
me feel
ticket.
so
Father and
bad
father.
sitting
This
right
is my
here, right
opportunity
now.
to really make her feel bad.
That's why we have holiday cheer at the pig.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yay. Merry Christmas, Happy
Cheers.
New Year, you guys.
All right,
Cheers.
and Happy New Year.
Absolutely, Happy New Year. If you would like to come down to the Noble Pig, of course, you certainly can. It may be sold out for New Year's Eve, but of course, every other night is a great opportunity to come down here with some friends and have some fun. All the information on the screen if you want to check it out online. We are back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
That we're fine with this. We didn't come from money. But every song's like gold teeth, gray goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room.